A pleasant day to our dear teachers, parents, students. I'd like to welcome you all to school year 2022 to 2023. For today, we are going to have our guidance orientation, but prior to that, let me first remind you of the schedule for the next 2 weeks. So we are actually on our onboarding week, of which we are going to have our online orientations for our stakeholders, both parents and the students. So yesterday and the other day, we are already done with the genuine orientation. I'm hoping that you were able to attend that. And for today, August 17, we are all going to have our guidance orientation via a pre-recorded video uploaded here on YouTube. For tomorrow, it's going to be a very important event as we are going to have the principal's orientation for parents, of which the grade 12 students will have it in the morning from 9 to 11 a.m., while the grade 11 will have it in the afternoon from 1 to 3 p.m. Some changes on Friday. There will be an all-level orientation of the MS teams from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. So all the information has already been posted in our official FB page, both in Pateros Catholic School and Pateros Catholic School Senior High. So this is going to be from nursery all the way to grade 12. So you are going to discuss on Friday what MS Teams is all about and how would it help you in your study. And then the principal's orientation will be uploaded as well in YouTube around 2 p.m. So those parents who missed the orientation, my orientation, they could actually play back the video that I will upload on Friday. The week of August 22 will be a very hectic online orientation as well. So we will begin with the Mass of the Holy Spirit from 7 to 8:30 a.m. and then it will be followed by the advisors orientation. So through MS Teams, the advisors would meet their respective advisory class and they will discuss some issues and concerns as well as orientation for the next school year. So all the students are required to attend that. And then August 23 and 24 would also be virtual orientations, but this time they will follow a specific schedule that will be given by the advisor on the 22nd. So all of the students will be able to meet virtually their subject teachers and discuss some of the orientation, some of the rules and regulations and policies for each respective subject. On the 25th, we are going to have yet another Holy Spirit Mass, but this time this is exclusive for Pateros Catholic School alone. That's going to be from 9 to 10:30. Diagnostic tests will also be there, but because of the Holy Spirit, it will be interrupted. But nonetheless, it will be continued on the 26th. It's a very crucial day as well, the 26th, because the teachers, the advisors would meet the parents to reiterate some of the points that I will be discussing tomorrow. So after the principal's orientation on Thursday, the advisors would repeat some of the points on Friday, August 26. For the past 2 years of the pandemic, our home was the main campus. But apparently for this year, we will move back to our own campus located at Imson Street, Barangay San Pedro, Pateros, Metro Manila. So we are going to go back to the annex campus. However, please take note that the entrance gate will be at the P. Herrera side. The P. Herrera side is the one that is along the road of Pateros Elementary and Pateros National School. So this entrance gate is the one near to the Makati side. Going out of the campus, you'll have to take the F. Imson gate, which is the one nearer to Pateros side. As of the meantime, since we are still searching for a certified guidance counselor to help us in senior high school, temporarily the post of guidance associate will be taken by Mrs. Daryl K. M. Dingal. She graduated BA Sociology from the University of Santo Tomas and hence would be capable enough to do guidance associate tasks. Meanwhile, I'll be the one to handle the office and I'll be the one to do the chores. So please take note and please get to know Ma'am K. While we are still in the pandemic, it's still limited the face-to-face visit to the campus. And so I highly suggest that you do by appointment whenever you need something from the guidance office. You can email first dingalk.pcsshs@gmail.com, ccpcsseniorhigh@gmail.com for an approved appointment prior to you coming. Our office hours is from Mondays to Fridays, 7 to 11 a.m. Also, if you would like to know some announcements, I highly suggest that you follow the official FB site of the Pateros Catholic School Senior High. That's fb.com/PCSSSH Supreme Student Council. Also, follow the FB of Pateros Catholic School, the official one. All of our uh, all of our announcements, all of our information and reminders are all posted in there. So you might be wondering what the guidance office is for in the senior high school. Well, it's actually a good question, and the guidance office in the senior high school functions for a lot of purposes, but primarily we can summarize them into five. The first one is the PEAC, the PEAC FAPE orientations and guidelines. Hand in hand with the school registrar, it is crucial for the senior high school to provide orientations on FAPE, on PEAC, on the latest and the updates from PEAC on how this voucher subsidy would work for the school year. So it's the guidance office that handles that. Second is the placement and career guidance. So in this scenario, we are the ones who are providing the students information about different universities, information about different careers in the future. So we have Guidance Career Week. We invited various universities to do talk. We invite various tertiary institutions to provide free entrance exams on site in our campus. So that's under the program of the guidance office. Third, we are also the ones who are doing the recommendation forms and fulfilling some of the requirements. Some of the universities are actually having the start of their promotions and start of their admissions as early as September and October. And so we suggest that the documents be uh, proposed and be acquired as early as possible so that we can provide them in the fastest possible time. Fourth, we are also the ones who are monitoring the academic and the behavior of the students. So we are the ones monitoring the attendance and the academic performance of our students. So part of the guidance office is to talk with the students with regards to their performance in schools. Some of the issues that we were able to resolve was issues on depression, issues on mental health. So we tie up with other institutions in terms of providing services for the students. And lastly, we provide personality tests to get to know our students better so that the advisors and subject teachers would be able to get to know the students well, to create pedagogies and assessments based on the capabilities of the students. Psychometric researches are also done in order for us to get to know how our students deal and cope up with the challenges of the senior high school. As mentioned a while ago, one of the five primary functions of the guidance office in the senior high school is to provide PEAC or FAPE orientation to provide you with the latest updates from PEAC when it comes to the voucher program. And so we have attended last August 8th the latest orientation for the PEAC. So please listen very well for you to get to know the voucher program more. So the first question that I actually get frequently is how much do we receive in the senior high school? Well, it's a lot more than the junior high school. In the National Capital Region, students who are under categories A, B, F, and G, later on I will discuss those categories. So for the meantime, A, B, F, and G, they will receive an annual voucher subsidy of 22,500 pesos. For those who are under C, D, and E, so categories C, D, and E, they'll be receiving 18,000 pesos. So looking at the table, the first two rows, that will be the amount of voucher that you can expect at the end of the school year. So from the PEAC this year, they said it's going to be one tranche. So meaning, isang bigayan, perhaps at the middle or end of the school year. So I know most of you, these are no longer your concerns because when you come from the public school, automatic yung ESC mo. And when you come from voucher participating junior high school, automatic na rin yung voucher mo. However, for some of you who have actually applied because they weren't recipient during their junior high school, so please wait until August 22, as mentioned there, the posting of application results on OVAP. So you'll only get to know the result on August 22. That's around 3 days, 4 days from now. As mentioned a while ago, we have different categories for different qualified voucher recipients or QVR. For category A, these are the students who graduated from public junior high schools, including those who graduated in state universities and local colleges. So if you came from SUCs, LUCs, and public junior high schools, it's automatic that you'll be able to receive 22,500 from the PEAC. For category B, these are all grade 10 completers in private schools who are ESC grantees. So if you are already an ESC grantee from your junior high school, you are automatically entitled as well for your senior high school. Likewise, if you came from PCS, that's already automatic since we have one registrar alone. For those who came from other private junior high school with ESC, you just have to present a certification from the school that you graduated from during your grade 10. Category C and D are those who will receive less, since for category C, these are all grade 10 completers in private schools from the school year immediately prior to the incoming school year who are not ESC grantees. So if it's your first time to be an ESC grantee, you'll belong to category C. So these are for non-ESC grantees. So if you happen to just apply now for this school year during your senior high, you'll belong to category C. Category D are all grade 10 completers who completed grade 10 two or more school years prior to the incoming school year but not earlier than 2016 and had not previously enrolled for the senior high school. So category D are those students who have stopped, who have skipped school years. So they are two or more school years that are not in school. So they will belong to category D. Category E are those learners who had passed the ALS test for grade 10 not earlier than 2016 and had not previously enrolled for grade 11. So these are those who are undergoing the alternative learning system. So students who have done homeschooling and other forms of distance learning, no, they belong to category E. So they belong to another set, and category F are the ones who have passed the PEPT. So more often than not, category F are those who came from abroad, who took the placement exam, in terms of standardizing their status in the Philippine educational system. Voucher validity and redemption, this is actually a policy for the schools such as PCS. So as mentioned by the PEAC, voucher shall be redeemed in the first semester of the school year. It means that on our part, we should be able to encode and put the name of the student in the list during the first semester. So those who are coming from the second semester, they are not part of this one. So as early as the first semester, dapat the student would be able to complete the entire school year. And then the voucher would only cover 2 school years, so it could not go beyond that. No, so generally 2 school years and must be redeemed during the first semester. So again, those who are coming in the second semester are not included, and those who are going to repeat or do third year in senior high school, they are also not part of the voucher system of the senior high school. So if that is for the schools, how about the students? So how do they redeem their voucher? So once they have passed the results already in the OVAP, once they see that they are recipients given by the PEAC, they could redeem the voucher by the very act of enrolling in a voucher program participating senior high school, just like the PCS senior high. So once you become a recipient, a passer, you should enroll already in the PCS senior high school. And they have to satisfy the requirements for admission set by PCS. So those who successfully enroll are those called as voucher program beneficiary. So how do we call the students? They are called as VPP or voucher program beneficiaries. So this is the term of the voucher program. Very crucial po ito, very important to take note. So please listen very well. So, continuing participants, the beneficiaries retain their subsidy if they are promoted to grade 12 and continues to study in a non-DepEd senior high school, meaning these are private schools who are participating in the voucher program. No maintaining grades are required from the beneficiaries within a school year. So, as long as you are able to pass the subjects in the senior high school. However, a beneficiary loses her subsidy if one of these happen. Number one, there is a dropping out in the middle of the school year. So pag nag-drop out ang bata, mawawala sa kanya ang voucher. Second, if he or she does not re-enroll in the following school year. So, for example, he was able to finish the grade 11 and then there is a gap year prior to grade 12. So apparently, they will lose the voucher subsidy. Next, fails to be promoted to the next grade level or is retained at the same grade level. So this is what I'm telling to some of the parents, no? If your student did not attend, if your child did not attend grade 11 or was able to be absentee for the school year and hence is not promoted, they will also lose the voucher program, no? You cannot keep that and you are no longer entitled for that because according to the agreement, the voucher program should only be for 2 years, no? Next, transfer to another school year within the school year. So it is actually prohibited. You cannot transfer to another school year within the given school year kasi the voucher program is given only one trans. So ibig sabihin, isang bagsak lang. So if the amount, the 18,000 or the 22,500 is given to school A and then you transfer to school B, mahihirapan na. No? It will be very difficult for the school to talk about how the amount will be split. And finally, if you transfer to a public school, of course, the point of the voucher is to give subsidy to those who will go to the private schools. Hindi nyo po ito pwedeng pagkakitaan in the sense na you got the voucher and then you enroll in the public school. Of course, we don't pay anything in the public school. No, that is not allowed. You automatically lose the voucher subsidy once you enroll in the public school. So other terms of the voucher program, the beneficiaries who wish to return their voucher subsidy may transfer to another non-DepEd senior high school only after completing grade 11. So if you opt to change school, if you opt to transfer, you can only do so after a school year, only after your grade 11. The VPBs need to satisfy the requirements of admission set by the accepting non-DepEd senior high school. So you should also fulfill their requirements once you go out of the school and once you transfer. No? Transfers where the applicable voucher value of the releasing school is different from that of the accepting school are allowed. So say for example, we have varying amount no, that is actually allowed to transfer. However, please take note that the accepting school will be paid the lower of the two applicable voucher values. So for example, you're from NCR, you're in Pateros Catholic School, and then you decided to transfer in a private school in, for example, Laguna or Batangas. So basically, that's non-Metro Manila. That's a lot cheaper, no? So what they will give you is the cheaper value, which is around 18,000. So instead of 22,500, you'll receive a smaller amount that is for the provincial rate. And then involuntary transfers, such as when the school closes or terminated from participation in the VP, are allowed and considered special cases. So please take note of the transferring. Again, the bottom line is you can only transfer only after you are promoted during the grade 11. For this slide, I'd like to reiterate the second to the last bullet. This is actually a responsibility on the side of the parents of the beneficiaries. It says here, each voucher participating school is required to conduct an orientation on the VP to VPs and their parents at the start of each school year. So, at this point, I'd like to reiterate that the attendance to various orientations, especially during the start of the school year, is crucial. So tomorrow we will have the senior high school parents orientation from the principal. It is a requirement that all parents, especially of the VPBs, they have to attend. So uh, whenever we conduct meetings and whenever we call conferences, you are required to attend since it is a responsibility of a VPB parent. So for the beneficiaries, it is crucial for you to submit the following requirements if you haven't. your individual folders must contain the certificate for the voucher applicants or ESC certificate for grade 10 completers. So make sure, especially if you came from another junior high school, please ensure that you have submitted to us your ESC certificate during your grade 10, or else you'll not be part of the list that will be asked for billing. So dyan kami nakakaproblema for those who are coming from another junior high school. Please ensure that you have that and you have submitted that already to our registrar. Next, the photocopy of PSA certified birth certificate. The birth certificate is very crucial as well, especially if you are already graduating. It's a requirement from the DepEd that you submit a PSA certified one. So please ensure that you have submitted this to the registrar's office. A photocopy of grade 10 report card, and as well as a 2x2 photo. So it is a requirement for you to submit all of this, or else you'll not be part of the students who will be getting their voucher at the end of the school year. As I have mentioned, on August 22, you'll be uh, seeing the result of the OVAP when it comes to those who have applied for the voucher for the following school year. However, those others may be shocked that they are not part of it because of the following offenses. So the first one, no document showing proof of enrollment in the school. Second, those who have not reported to the school for at least 30 days from the opening of classes for the school year. Those who are reporting in another campus or delivery mode. Those who are enrolled in another GASPE participating school. Those who do not have documents as required by the program, and those who are not qualified to participate in the GASPE programs because of some reason. So these are some of the offenses that you might have in order for you not to attain your voucher program. So it is crucial that all the documents are there, and as soon as the school start, in the first 30 days, the student will be reporting on the school where he is enrolled. These are also some of the grounds for disqualification or exclusion. Number one, false information in application and or supporting documents. So some students, there's no consistency in terms of their information, or there's a false information put in the application. Second, failure of submission of supporting documents. So incomplete documents will not be processed. Number two, failure to submit proof of eligibility to enroll for grade 11 as ELS qualifiers. So these are for those who have alternative learning schooling. And finally, failure to submit proof of eligibility to enroll for grade 11 as PEPT qualifier for those who have studied abroad. So these are other exclusions and disqualification in terms of the voucher program. And so I have posted here the contact numbers of the voucher program, of the senior high school voucher program hotlines, and other contact numbers should you wish to contact them, especially those who have questions after August 22. If you did not see your name in the successful passers, please do talk to them and inquire. Again, for the Pateros Catholic School, we do refunding of the voucher program. You actually get it at the end of the school year. It's a refund form. So once it's already clear, we ask our parents to come and to get their PEAC. And please take note, only the legal guardians and biological parents are allowed to secure the voucher of the students at the end of the school year. Also, please ensure that the purpose of the voucher program is for tuition fees and enrollment. No? So these are for academic purposes of the student to be able to go through the senior high school. And so we're done with the PAC, FAPE orientations and guidelines. I'll do a recap and I'll do another run of the orientation soon. Second purpose of the guidance office in the senior high is the placement and career guidance. So what is this all about? The career guidance part of the services of the guidance office is to provide ideas, to provide information to the students about the different universities, different career paths that they could take in the future. We know that the senior high school is a very critical stage of which the student will decide which course to take in college, which will be determinant of which profession they will have in the future. And so it is very crucial for us to hold career guidance week, wherein we expose to them the different careers and paths in the future. So for this school year, since we are already face to face, very soon, we hope that just like in the pre-pandemic, we will be able to invite these universities to come to the campus and do presentations of what they offer, of how much of what they can be, what they can offer to our students as scholarships and various offers. So we will have that. No, it's part of the guidance program for the school year. We are happy that in the past school year 2021 to 2022, we are able to have our first batch of the K to 12 who graduated on their tertiary education. So we have a lot of students who are with honors, cum laude, magna cum laude. Now, we are very proud of these students. They were able to finish their tertiary education. And so that is the same vision that we have for our senior high schools ever since that we have already started the K to 12 program. So we are hoping that the same thing would happen to your child as well. So I keep on emphasizing to the parents and school must be hand in hand in order for the students to bridge the basic education of high school to tertiary education. So these are some of the examples of our students who were able to pass the UP entrance exam. For this school year, we are very proud that we have the highest number of passers for the University of the Philippines. No, also we are very triumphant when it comes to having our students go through various universities with scholarships. So we are very much hoping that the tradition of excellence and the tradition of high education, high quality Catholic education would be continued by these succeeding batches. Related to the second one, the third function of the guidance office is to process university recommendation forms and requirements. So it is very crucial that we process these requirements as soon as possible for the students to be able to go through their tertiary education. Just to be clear, just to clarify, just to make things clearer with us, if you are requesting for official documents such as Form 137, Form 138, certification of attendance and enrollment, certificate of being an honor student, certificates and documents with dry seal, those very crucial and official school documents, you have to go to the registrar's office. So only the registrar's office in the main campus would be able to help you with this official Pateros Catholic School information and document. The guidance office is not allowed to mingle with these documents because these are officially taken care of by our registrar because of the data privacy and safekeeping. It's the registrar's office that actually keeps this important document. So what are you going to do? So you can actually order online or request online via sending an email to pateroscatholicregistrar@gmail.com. So please ensure that when you email, you include the student's complete name, the current year and section, current grade and section of the students, your mobile phone number so that you can be contacted back, and the type of document being requested. So it is necessary for you to allot days of allowance, because that is not an overnight thing. So when you request a document, it is not as soon as possible. No, there are actually waiting days for each specific type of document. So please allow days for the registrar to process those pertinent documents. So what is actually for the guidance office? Those university application forms. So whenever you transact with universities and whenever you apply for bigger universities, they will always give you application forms and recommendation forms. So these are the forms with the logo of the school in it. So what you are going to do is to bring to our office those application forms and recommendation forms together with two envelopes. So we are the ones who process, we are the ones who put recommendations and marks, we are the ones who create letters of recommendations, advisors' recommendations. No? We are the ones who are processing that. So again, just to delineate, if it is an official school document, that is for the registrar. But if it's for recommendation form coming from an external tertiary school, we are in the guidance who are processing that. So para lang po maliwanag yung procedure natin for everyone. So the fourth function of the guidance office is for academic and behavioral monitoring. We have a separate list of students who have undergone summer programs during the past school years, and so we put them under academic monitoring. For behavioral monitoring, these are students who have been reported with various behavioral problems, also those who are not well with their mental health, no, with the advent of uh, these problems occurring right now, especially mental health problems, the guidance office is here to support you. So we are the ones who are talking with the parents, with the authority in terms of how to handle these particular problems of students. So some of the basic things that we have encountered during the past few years for academic and behavioral monitoring, the first one is counseling of absentee students. So these are the students who are no longer participating in schools, those students who are no longer motivated to come to school and participate. So we do counseling with them. We talk about the problems, the issues that they have on why they don't want to go to school anymore. So apparently, we are very much successful when it comes to having back our students, most especially those who are demoralized ones, those who are demotivated ones. Second, possible home visits. We weren't able to do this during the pandemic because of the health constraints, but during the pre-pandemic, we are very much adamant when it comes to home visitations, just for us to determine and see how the student is doing in their natural environment, in their houses, in their homes, just for us to see the context of the student. Third, recommendations to other third-party aid and help. So whenever we need assistance from medical assistance, whenever we need health facilities, whenever we need spiritual directions. So the guidance office serves as the bridge for the parents, no, to be aided with their children, to give them the necessary help, no, to direct them to the necessary people that could give them help. And last one, conversations with students with special needs. So it's very crucial that we do talk, we interview students, no? We make kamusta of them and how they are doing. So the guidance office is there to do just that. No? So again, in our school, it is very crucial that we know the status of our students, of whether they are healthy or not, mentally, physically, spiritually, to attend classes in school. As I have mentioned, we are a very progressive and very adamant when it comes to understanding children's discomfort. We do not tolerate bullying. We do not tolerate forms of physical and mental harassments to our students. So we have to know the status of our students if they are undergoing such. It has to be reported as soon as possible. When there is no report, at times we find it difficult to aid our problematic students. So when there is an existence of such, please do inform us as soon as possible. Academic problems, we are very much monitoring our students. Community relationship problems, sometimes we get to be informed that students are actually having problems with their kapitbahays, with their friends outside. So it has to be reported to us as soon as possible because it's for us to aid our students. No? Sometimes we find our students disturbed because they cannot go to and fro in their own houses because they are afraid to pass by certain areas. And so we need to aid them, we need to help them when it comes to that. And as mentioned, mental health problems. So depressions, sadness, awkwardness, no, anxieties. So we have to know whether or not our students are undergoing such. No? So help is there if it is sought. So please do report whenever there is one. And finally, the guidance office is also offering personality tests and psychometric researches. So it is crucial for us to get to know our students better through various evaluation and assessment tools. And so the guidance office is the one doing just that. So for the students to get to know themselves more, to understand their method of learning, and to understand what kind of personality they possess, the guidance office is the one providing just that. So we aid them by informing them of what they can do, of how they are wired, of how they are uh, of how they learn. No? So it's very crucial that these facts are known by the students. So the guidance office is providing them with the information. Also, the teachers are provided as well, so that pedagogies and ways of teaching would be adapted through the results of this. So again, in a nutshell, these are the five main functions of the guidance office at the senior high school. So should you have any questions or queries when it comes to this, please do not hesitate to contact us in the given contact information before. We are very much open to talk with you and to have consultations with you. Just do appointments ahead of time. Before we end this presentation, I'd like to provide you first with some friendly reminders. So tomorrow during the principal's orientation, I will discuss to you this one, but let me just give you a good glimpse on how the school year will go. So in the senior high school, our school year is divided into 2 semesters. So unlike the junior high wherein you have 4 periodic quarters, in the senior high we have 2 semesters comprised of 2 quarters each. So the first semester will run from August 22 until December 15. So this is for the school year 2022-2023. The second semester will run from January 4 to May 6. And as you can see, it's actually subdivided into grading periods. And what is important to note this school year are the car distributions. So as parents, we will have our meetings during this month. So please take note of that. And also the remediation and completion week. So the first semester remediation completion week will run from January 4 to 10. And the second quarter remediation completion week will be from May 8 to 12. So these are for students who have problems academically. Some of the students we will require to come to school to finish some of the tasks, to complete some of the tasks for them to be able to pass their subjects. And of course, I could not stress this more. This is our 2 weeks of onboarding. I have mentioned this a while ago already. It is very crucial for you to know that tomorrow we will have our principal's orientation and some other orientations will be done via online. So please take note of this. It's already pinned in our official FB page. That's fb.com/PCS-SHS Supreme Student Council. So please follow that particular FB page for announcements such as this. So a more thorough discussion and orientation will be provided tomorrow on how the school year will go. That's August 18 via Microsoft Teams, MS Teams. So check your Genio. It's already posted there. Check your FB page, fb.com/PCS-SHS Supreme Student Council. These are also posted in there. No, the clickable link is actually uploaded in there. So for grade 12, we are going to see each other in the morning. That's 9 to 11. But for grade 11, that's going to be in the afternoon from 1 to 3 p.m. So please attend. I have to see you there. Attendance is a must for you to understand how the school year will go. So thank you very much. And again, this is in behalf of the Guidance Office of the Pateros Catholic School Senior High School. Good day and have a great school year ahead.